Today, in when Ekenemu, I will only put your voice and say, "Oh woman," as a woman. Today, I have a very special guest on my show today, and today with me is a very vibrant youth from Ubulu-Uku, and today we're going to discuss on the issues surrounding Ubulu-Uku youth. There has been a back and forth issues going on with the youth ESCOs being dissolved and critical committee being set up, and the dissolved youth ESCOs going about claiming that they are still in charge and they are still in power and nobody can dissolve them. So on the show today, I have a very special guest that will discuss this matter with us and then give us an insight of what is going on. If a million of Ubulu-Uku, so welcome to the show. Please, can you introduce yourself, please?
Good everyone. I'm Comrade Emeka Nwere, Ubulu-Uku.
Comrade Emeka, you're welcome. What's living in Ubulu-Uku? Concerning what is going on in Ubulu-Uku, what is your take on it? For the fact that now the Obi Council, as we rightly heard, have dissolved the youth body, and even the state minister of youth have also endorsed that, and the critical committee have been formed and also endorsed by the state. But recently we saw the former youth president going about saying that he's still the youth president and the state government and with the ministry does not have the power, or the European Council does not have the power to dissolve him. What's your take on this?
I will start saying that when it comes to issue of community leadership,
yes,
the sole owner or the sole head of community leadership is the monarch.
Yes.
Understand? The monarch is number one. It's like when you say that the chief security officer of a local government is the local government chairman.
Yes.
So when it comes to a community, the number one person should be the palace.
The OB, yes.
Yeah, the OB. Now, what I see there is that when it comes to crisis, when you say crisis is cooking, or crisis, when you are foreseeing something like crisis or unrest in the community, the OB has the right, to come together and say, okay, since it is like this, please, this body should step aside for further notice, so that things can be calm.
They can restore
sanity, yes,
okay.
And harness, the people together.
Okay.
So I think that is what they did there. And as for me, when a father wants to see, when a father is seeing something going wrong, definitely he will come in, even a blind father, he will come in and try to harness things. So that's what they did there. So now coming to the Commissioner of Youth and Rest, one thing I heard him quoting, I think some days back, I saw some video flying online and thinking about the constitution and
yes.
Yeah, I think yes. Although the constitution by for Ghana, we have not done
okay,
the constitution.
You've not seen the constitution of Ubulu-Uku Youth Association yet?
Nothing, we've not seen it, but let me just make reference to what he said.
Okay.
That the constitution said that the president and elected president, the commissioner of youth does not have power and the rest. But when it comes to community or youth gathering or youth leadership, if the commissioner of youth comes to and say, since there's a message from the community or from the palace or from the monarch that something is going on, instead of dispute and the rest, please, we are happy. Everybody should just step aside, and he has the right to dissolve.
Okay, let me come in quickly there. Just for the benefit of the general public, let's quickly correct this impression quickly. Every community youth body, the grand patron of every community youth body is the OB, the monarch of that community. He is the grand patron. And once you are elected a youth president in your community, it is the palace, it is the monarch that will forward your names and details to the Ministry of Youth Affairs, telling them that these people are the recognized youth body of our community, and the ministry will endorse you. It is also the same palace when there is an unrest, when there is crisis, when there are issues, and the palace feels that okay, they need to dissolve this body and form a new government. It's the same palace that will also write to the ministry and say, those people that we sent to you before to endorse as this body, we are bringing them back for them to be dissolved, and the ministry will definitely act according to the instructions of the palace. This is when you are having a community youth association. But when it is just a mere gathering, you understand? You can have a mere gathering, you can just gather your friends together from an association, or two, you can assemble. You can assemble, yes, and those ones you don't need the ministry, you don't need the palace to affirm that. But when it comes to the apex youth body of a community,
yes,
it must be from the palace to the Ministry of Youth. And if they are retrieving you, it is also from the palace to the Ministry of Youth. So that statement that the ministry does not have the power to dissolve it, because this is it. Even when it comes to community monarchs, sorry, let me just say this, when it comes to community monarchs, the government has the power to retrieve a monarch staff of office.
Yes, of course, yeah, they do that.
The government has the power to even retrieve chiefs' letters. So how can a youth body now say that the government does not have the power to dissolve them? That is very, very absurd.
You know, like why I see this, I think this young man, I will say that he is lacking some sight of exposure. You know,
okay.
Yes, when power is given to you and you find it difficult to manage it. Now, like what I do now, this just is a minor issue. My community is a peaceful community and one of the most peaceful communities in the Central South. You can walk around 12 a.m., 1 a.m., nothing.
Yeah, so Ubulu-Uku has been very peaceful.
The only way we have the crisis, the major crisis in my community is online.
Oh, okay, okay, virtual.
Yes, virtual. There's nothing. And one of the mistakes he's making here is that I know that definitely when a young man, when you cry to your fathers, assuming you can go to the palace and tell them that, please, my fathers have made their palace and go there and apologize to them, they will forgive him.
Because I'm watching this now. I'm watching like
myself personally, I have told him that this is what you should do. You should be able to manage crisis, and I know that when he goes, now how can a man, you're a youth leader, and you're not in good terms with the palace, you're not in good terms with the local government, you're not in good terms even with the state government. Because now I'm saying it, like, the Commission of Youth is a representative for the state government, telling you that this is wrong, and you are saying that he made a video. It's why he talks too much. You know, this guy needs orientation. You know, like he just they need to sensitize him, and you need to know what is going on, because power is not, leadership is not what you just come in and you don't just talk anyhow.
So, comrade, my next question is this: what exactly? Because, like you said, that the issues in quotes in Ubulu-Uku is just virtual, online issues. People going about on social media saying a whole lot of things, especially when it comes to the issue of Onisha, Chief Asika, Onwade, and what exactly do you think is the issue?
One of the things were like speculations. Okay. We hear people talking about land and rest. But to me personally, because I love research, I've made my own deep findings. I'm yet to see any land-related matters to Chief Asika.
Okay.
Get my point? I'm yet to see, and I've not. But aside that,
has anybody actually come out with with a publication or with a document or with evidence showing that Chief Asika, the ownership of Ubulu-Uku, sold this particular hectares of land?
No. Besides that, any land in the Ubulu-Uku, like this land use decree.
Yes.
Any land in a community it belongs to the community head, representing that for the federal government.
Yes.
The federal government they own every land in Nigeria. So any land, the Ubulu-Uku land as it is now, it belongs to the monarch.
Yeah, in trust.
In trust, yes. It belongs to the monarch. So, but the thing is that what I don't see here is when you claim that you love the king, you claim that you love the king. Fine, it's a good one, you love it. But when you cannot have respect for the ordained chiefs that the king ordained as chiefs in the palace,
how can you claim to love the king and you don't respect the chiefs that the king gave?
Honestly, it's disheartening. It's disheartening, honestly speaking. So what I see there is that what I would just say is that we young people, let us just try and jettison what he's saying, and then let us have good focus. The youth are doing well. Our youth are smart. They are brilliant. They are hustling, and they are doing well in various sectors. So what we need is a leader that can bring the youth together. As it is right now, now look at if you are going to Ubulu-Uku Genanic Bakuburu. There is that is Seluku Express, that very lonely road. Yeah. That is a trap. He's not saying anything about it. He can't even do anything about it. Reason because I don't even know what he's thinking. Okay, now that aside, we have checking points.
When you are busy fighting the people
what is not related,
people that are supposed to reach out to bring in development.
Okay, now I'm not a member of the People's Democratic Party, but I think during the past local government election, I heard it was voice notes, a youth leader making voice note, that the local government chairman, which is a pastor, never pastor, the Chukwuike, that is not going anywhere. I cannot be local government chairman. He's from Ubulu-Uku also. I had to private chat him. I think that this thing you are doing is not good. What if this man definitely we know how local government elections, we know how they are. What if this man not win? Definitely he will win, and you know that. How can this man work with him? This guy continued, so you can't be having issues with the palace, having issues with the local government, having issues with the state government. It doesn't make sense. This is just distraction. So what I'm just trying to say is that we should just try to know what we are doing. You can't be abusing, our fathers, the chiefs, and you are saying you are claiming you like the king. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, I want to ask: Do you have interest in contesting for the youth presidency seat? Because like the way you've been talking and your exposure in youth matters, working in the Federal Ministry of Youth, and all those things. Do you have interest contesting? And if you want to contest, what are you bringing to the table? What do you think that you will do differently? Because now the way it is now, it's like Ubulu-Uku now, nobody wants to leave the youth presidency. Everybody wants to remain there forever. But which is like people like us. We'll be youth presidents, and today we're no longer youth presidents, we are still living. So you cannot be a youth president and want to be there forever. If you have done your best and your people feel that, okay, you have done enough, that you should give somebody else the opportunity, I think you should just live on a high note and leave the space for somebody else also try his best. Not trying to fight the whole community, trying to cause chaos. Because so what do you think you are going to do differently?
Well, if the mantle of leadership falls on me, it's a privilege, to say that I want to lead. I want to take out the mantle of leadership. If I thought it falls on me,
okay.
Yes, definitely, it's a privilege to serve my community, okay. And definitely I know that if I thought I'm given that privilege to serve my community, definitely I know that there are so many things we need to do as young people. There are so many things we need to do. We don't need more distraction. There are so many things. Now look at we have what they call the NEL fund. The NEL fund is like under the student loan.
Okay.
We have students in our community.
So you're going to attract this kind of
definitely
this loan, this federal government packages to
federal government empowerment, state government empowerment. These are the things we need to start doing programs. Programs that can that can bring in development and leadership development to the community. That aside, they also what they call it bursary. Our students will be looking to benefit from this bursary. It's a government package. Now, in Ubulu-Uku, we don't have student association. It's strong, a formidable student association. I think if at all I'm given the opportunity, I will be there to build, to have a formidable student association, someone that can represent any Ubulu-Uku students. As long as you are from Ubulu-Uku, you're a student, definitely you'll be having the benefit of. Aside, there are so many other things we can do, like the security. You can collaborate with the local government.
Okay. This issue of Onishe in Ubulu-Uku, sources say that this has been the major bone of contention of these youths. That is the only shared titleship that brought the youth unrest in Ubulu-Uku, while some camps that is not in support of Chief James Asika, which they believe is the former youth president's camp. The feeling everywhere is that because of the OB installing Chief James Asika as the leader of Ubulu-Uku, while some youths are loyal to the former Onishe of Ubulu-Uku. Let's say the former Onishe, or yes, let me use the word the former Onishe. So now the issue there is this now. Is the youth body is the youth body. Are they not supposed to be neutral in things like this? Are they not supposed to stand where the OB stands? Are they supposed to pick side? Because the OB, who is the monarch of the community, who is the father of the community, brings out somebody and says, this is who I am anointing as my Onishe. Is the youth body supposed to be fighting that person that the OB brings? Or are they not supposed to stay where the OB stays, since the OB is the grand patron of the youth body? It's like challenging your father to a battle.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, myself personally, I'm not from the royal family.
Okay.
And I hardly delve into such matters.
Okay.
Are you getting it? But when I started following these matters, we started trending. Like the last, when the OB came, I think December 10, when he came to his store chief, Asika, even the Abuna was there.
Oh, it was
the
there.
reception. Yes, he was there. I was among those persons directing dignitaries and the rest. He was there. I told them to serve him drink. You get serving his table, and so he has been initially. I don't know what came over, but what I see here is that the Onishe of Ubulu-Uku Kingdom, Chief Asika, remains the Onishe. Why? If you ask me why do I say so? Because the OB itself, our OB,
yes,
our king itself,
okay,
ordained him as the Onishe. I don't know how they want to put it. I mean, how they want to put it. But our OB told us. He told us, and we need to respect. He told us this is the Onishe, and he ordained him as the Onishe. So whosoever that is saying that the Onishe, I'm not aware of that. And even them, they know who is the Onishe. But that is the torso is also part of it. It's also part of it. But according to Abuna, what he is saying now is that he has love and respect for the king.
How can you love the king and not love who the king is?
That is where the problem lies. So if you have love and respect for the king and you are loyal to the king, definitely you should also be loyal to his cabinet.
Yes, of course.
So definitely, automatically, you should be. So him having.
And the Onishe is the next in command to the king.
Yes, as it is. Yes, that is it. So him saying that, and nothing that also baffles me. At times I hear him, he calls the Onishe by his name. The role of a leader in a community is to foster unity.
Peace and unity in the community.
Peace and unity. Protect the territories, peace and unity, make things work and development. But as it is now, with all this Maros, it's a difficult thing. So I think the best thing, my advice for him, I wish he's listening to me. Definitely, my advice for him is for him to should calm down. He's still a young man. Should calm down. Should go to our fathers, the chiefs, talk to them. They will listen. His father is from Ubulu, his mother is from Ubulu, so they will listen to him. So there is no big deal there. And to crown it all, Ubulu-Uku is peaceful.
Okay.
Ubulu-Uku is peaceful.
If you say so.
Yes. Whatever the crisis that is in Ubulu-Uku now is online. As I said earlier, it's online.
Okay, so it's just virtual.
Just virtual. It's online. We go out. 2 a.m. 1 a.m. we hang out. We go watch ball. Everybody comes together. We marry together. So there's nothing. So what I just see here is just conflict of interest. Yes.
Okay, yes, conflict of interest. Yes. Okay, that's interesting because what I was trying to say initially is this: when you said that the former youth president calls the Onishe by his name, and
that one is appalling.
And what I want to say is this: as a huge promoter of Enuane culture, for 12 years I've been researching, writing, and digging deep about our culture and heritage. And one thing I've learned, and I've been doing this way, that I always tell our people that irrespective of the stand, irrespective of where you stand, irrespective of where you belong to, you don't need to like everybody. You don't need to respect everybody. But you must respect the authority. You must respect that seat. Like I always tell them in Ogwa Shukwu, and I keep saying it, that even if you don't like the OB, you don't like the family of the OB, or you don't like it. But the issue is that you must respect the OB of Ogwa Shukwu. You are not respecting it's not about the man that is on there. It's the seat.
Yeah.
Which must be the same thing everywhere. It shouldn't be about the person of Chief James Asikonwade. It should be the respect and the honor of the Onishe. So the title.
Sorry to cut. So the issue. So my own line is that what are we now passing to our younger ones?
So if you cannot, as a youth president, as the president of the youth community, of the community youth that is supposed to be harnessing, preaching love, moving the community forward with ideas, and you are trying to cause chaos and destability in
subordination.
Your place. That is.
That is
Anyway,
not,
thank you, viewers, for your time with us today.
Let us have small time to.
Okay, we'll still give you some time to. Okay, let's have it. Let's have it.
Can end the boom.
Okay.
As well, Ubulu-Uku I can't call it. Ubulu kind of names. No. That will machine and when she could have to go and do iwe albi adenema ode makana no koma yamana lamanya na ene alamanya na yesi ikuchie manya ala wa boyanye. Does not make sense. So we just have to be careful, and we as young ones, we need to, whatever we are saying, whatever we are doing, we need to check the consequences of our actions. All these are very important. And permit me, let me just summarize. Like I won't be when you have a leader that does not, that his foresight is just within Ubulu-Uku and Asaba. You know, it's also part of the problem.
Exposure matters.
Yeah, exposure matters. So you know, when you travel, you bring development, you meet people. You know, you attract development. You go to government house in Asaba. You know, you talk to them. You are confident of yourself. You know, all these are the things. That's how they keep you. They regard you. They give you a good vibe. I don't tell him. He's my friend. He's my friend. I don't tell him that you have to give this office a high prospect. But you know, exposure.
Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time today. And we just we pray and we hope that like you said, that there is no crisis in Ubulu-Uku. What we have there is just virtual and online banters, yeah, as it looks like. And we pray that the peace will still remain in Ubulu-Uku, and the whole community in Enueni will move forward.